facility for the last 9 years, heading to 10 years. Nobody has died here. Records will show nobody has died with this facility.
First, a moment of silence for our departed sister who lost her life in the pursuit of a slim waist and a fat ass. And I will carry on. Allow me to provide some context. In 2018, a plastic surgery clinic in Nairobi, operating under the name Surgeries Healthcare, claimed the life of one Nganga, who had sought their services for a breast augmentation surgery. During her procedure, Nganga developed complications, including punctured intestines that started to leak fecal matter into her abdomen. This led to a fatal infection, otherwise known as sepsis. She was transferred from Surgeries Healthcare to Nairobi Hospital to try and save her life. The doctors at Nairobi Hospital tried their best, but Nganga eventually passed away.
So personally, I do think that lawyers will be the end of us. Lawyers will be the end of us, especially these two guys, Danstan Omari and Cliff Ombeto. They'll defend anything and anyone. So I want you to watch this clip of this lady explaining, and also you get to hear Danstan Omari's side. Then you be the judge who's telling the truth and who's lying. Let's dive in.
Now, the legal proceedings that ensued revealed that the doctor who was in charge of the breast augmentation surgery was still in training. What does this mean? He did not have a private practice license, and he did not have professional indemnity insurance, as is required by the law for any surgeon who is practicing cosmetic surgery. The demand for budget products and services in this country, including plastic surgeries, is the reason why Surgeries Healthcare allegedly rebranded into what is now known as Body by Design Kenya. And if you read the news, then you know that there is a lady that has lost her life, and everything is the same. History has repeated itself. Punctured intestines, fecal matter leaking into the abdomen, death. An untrained or an unqualified surgeon in charge of the procedure. In this era of social media, I know it is normal to want to reap where you have not sown, to want to afford things that you cannot afford. And because you cannot afford the real thing, you're willing to take the counterfeit. You may be able to do that with your sufurias in your house, but please, do not do that when it comes to your body, when it comes to surgery, when it comes to cosmetic surgery. Kama una pesa ya kwenda Turkey, wachana na kina Kamau na kina Kinothia. Research, kidogo research. I mean, I don't even do cosmetic surgery. When I get the money, I will do cosmetic surgery the right way. I have never researched about it. Just a few clicks on my phone, and I can find out that this institution is lying to you. No wonder right now they have sensationalized their practice with these influencers who, some of them, honestly, looking at them, their procedures are botched. Why? If they were legitimate and transparent, why are their comments limited? Guys, yotona ni mwenzetu. Alale mahali pema peponi na nyinyi mliobakia.
The factual basis of the client is that she came and underwent a surgery. In simple terms, a cosmetic surgery. She was tested before she underwent that. She went through the process. Upon discharge, she had something called pneumonia. She was discharged from this hospital and went home. Later, she went to Nairobi Hospital, where another surgery was conducted. So in essence, there were two types of surgery done in two different facilities. She was here for 2 days. She was in Nairobi Hospital for 4 days. More tests needs to be done and more investigations needs to be done on 3 critical questions. They have found out that the cause of death is perforations of the small intestines. Perforations is like a hole in the intestines. Medical science says perforation can be occasioned by more than 10 causes. It can be out of ulcers. It can be out of H. pylori. It can be out of intrusion by an object to the intestines. It can be out of diabetes. It can be out of very many medical issues.
So the lady is claiming that this was the first time Body by Design is involved in such a horrendous incident. But then Danstan Omari, who is a lawyer and most likely has been paid and he has to defend his client, regardless of who his or her client is, he has to defend them. So I understand it. He's in for the money. But where does humanity come in for the lawyers? Where does humanity come in? Because the lady is allegedly saying that this was the first time that organization is involved in that such an incident. So the first time I heard about this, I thought that the country was kind of overreacting. But the more I dug into it, the more I realized that they are kind of messed up because most hospitals or most surgeons, once in a while, there can be a procedure can go wrong, which is understandable. But at times, when you dig or when you investigate someone, you just realize that it's pure negligence, then something has to change in you. But that's from my point of view. From a lawyer's point of view, that he'll defend you no matter what. You are right because you paid. You paid to be right in their eyes. But now these two lawyers, I wonder where they draw their line. Because anytime I see them with any client, I have to really suspect that client. So in my head, I presume that client guilty. In most occasions. Because if you study the people they represent or if you follow the people they represent, you will notice a pattern. You'll notice a pattern. And I'm ending this by saying that lawyers will be the end of us. As a country, lawyers will be the end of us. Because they'll support anyone and anything. That's my take. I'm Sirawa Godwin. Peace out.